Welcome back, everybody, to The Art of Doing. On this channel, we are hoping to introduce you to new and interesting topics that'll spur some new interests and passions in you. Today, I'm going to be showing you my quick and easy shelf system. This is a system I've used a bunch of different times. It's quick, it's easy, but it's lightweight. It's not meant to hold a ton of weight. I use it in my workshop. I can hold up cans and paint cans and assorted other things, but it's really something you wouldn't really want to have more than about a foot wide. It's really just quick, easy storage. I'm going to show you how it's set up, and although I'm in my chicken coop, I'm setting it up for chickens, but this isn't a chicken coop video per se. So let's get right into the build. So like I said, this is a very quick and easy system to install. I've already pre-measured and pre-painted all of my cuts. So what you start with is a cleat against the back wall. You'll always use a 2x4, and because I built this coop, I know where the studs are, but basically find your studs and make sure that this cleat gets anchored into some studs. This cleat doesn't have to be anything fancy. I've got one of my worst pieces of lumber here, nice and warped, but since you're cinching it right up against the back wall, even warped will do. And it doesn't need a lot of screws because, like I said, you're really not holding up a bunch of weight with this. Then I take a piece of plywood. This is a piece of scrap plywood that I had laying around. It's probably about 5 inches wide. Like I said, you really don't want to go much more than a foot wide with this. And I'm just using this as a platform for my chickens to hop up into their nesting box. But you can use it for a myriad of different things. So you get your cleat against the back wall. You put your plywood right up against the cleat. And then you screw the plywood in on the back edge of the plywood and into the 2x4 that's mounted vertically. And that would probably hold up just my chickens, but if you're doing this for a little bit more sturdy of a purpose, I might as well show you the whole system. You take some cut chunks of 2x4 and just make them a little bit shorter than the width of your shelf minus the width of the 2x4. Slap them right up lengthwise against the back of the 2x4 and under the shelf. And if you want, you can throw a level on it. And then you just sink a screw down into the 2x4 support. I'm going to start the screw. And then put the 2x4 right under it. And depending on how much weight or how long the shelf is, you can decide how many of these you're going to put on. I figured I'd do 4, but maybe from the looks of it, I might only do 3. And depending on the width, I'm only going to put 1 screw in down into these supports, but depending on the width, you might do 2 or 3. And I usually do it, the screw down a little bit further to the front of the shelf to grab this under support. Now the benefit of this type of system is you don't have to have a pocket hole jig or some sort of other joinery to put this all together. Paint's still a little bit wet. You don't have to have funky angles or pre-drill anything. You can just build it very quickly. I think I am only going to do 3 supports here. Like I said, it goes together incredibly quickly. You can use a lot of scrap pieces of wood This piece I didn't even measure. It was just a piece that I had laying around. And these are some end cuts off some 2x4s that I was cutting, probably for this coupe build. But that's the quick and easy shelf. You can use this in all sorts of applications. Super cheap, very sturdy, not a lot to it. Hopefully you can utilize this in your projects. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Is this a useful shelf system? Do you have any good ideas for where else you could use this? And thanks for staying with me. Let's always remember to practice compassion, practice humility, practice kindness. Thanks for helping me to practice the art of doing. There's some great videos over here that you might like. Click here to subscribe. And there's a great playlist down here. Thanks, everybody.